Hi friends, welcome to Deliciously Jebas. I wish all my viewers a happy Diwali and also wish all the kids a happy Children's Day. Today's video is going to excite the kids. Do you know why? You're right, we're going to make donuts. First, have the wet ingredients ready. For this, I'm taking an egg in a small bowl. Then add half a cup of warm milk. Just warm enough and not to burn your delicate hands. And then add 3 tablespoons or 40 grams of melted butter and 2 teaspoons of dry active yeast. Whisk the mixture until it's well combined. Now rest this mixture for 15 to 20 minutes. In the meanwhile, let's get the dry ingredients ready. For this, I am taking 2 cups of all-purpose flour, then 3 tablespoons of fine sugar or powdered sugar, then half a teaspoon of table salt and quarter teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Mix this until the dry ingredients are well combined and make a small well in the center. Pour the wet ingredients in the center and mix this well. You know, the yeast mixture will have to form a froth or bubbles on the top. If you do not find the bubbles or the froth, then please discard the mixture and try again with a new packet of dry yeast. Mix the wet and the dry ingredients until they come together and you will get a sticky dough. You know, your dough will not raise if your yeast mixture did not develop properly. Transfer the dough to a clean kneading surface and knead the dough for a minimum of 20 minutes or until it is soft to touch. You will have to use the heel of your palm and apply pressure with the left hand over your right hand and then knead. If the dough gets dry and tough to knead, then add 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk. You will have to use 1 tablespoon of milk at a time. Again, I repeat, you will have to use 1 tablespoon at a time until you are pretty sure that you have a soft dough. While kneading, you have to stretch and fold and knead and stretch, fold and knead. Repeat the same process until the dough doesn't stick to your hands and it is soft to touch. If the dough is too sticky, then add 2 to 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Add 1 tablespoon at a time and keep kneading. You can see the dough has come together and it is soft and pillowy to touch. You'll know when the dough is ready when you push your finger gently into the dough and it will spring back to its original shape. See? Now transfer the kneaded dough to the bowl with 2 teaspoons of odorless cooking oil. Coat the oil on the dough and the bowl as we do not want the dough to stick to the bowl. Now it's coated. Cover this with a wet cloth and a plate or a cling wrap and a plate. Keep it in a warm place for an hour to allow the dough to rise and double in its volume. Let's check. See how the dough has developed? Tap gently on the top of the dough. Release the air bubbles. See how the air pockets have developed? The yeast has done its job well and the dough is well fermented. Dust a tablespoon or 2 of all-purpose flour on a clean flat surface. Transfer the proofed dough onto the surface and dust the rolling pin with all-purpose flour. Now gently pat the dough until you form a small circular shape and then roll it into any desired shape of your choice. Need not bother about the shape. For the written recipe, please visit www.deliciouslyjebas.com. I'll leave the link below in the description box for you. See, 1/4 inch thickness. I want you to roll it to this size. Next, You can use a sharp-edged bowl that is slightly bigger than your palm and a small-sized bottle cap to cut, or you can take a small cookie cutter and a big cookie cutter bigger than your palm. Let's dust the cookie cutter with all-purpose flour, as we do not want the dough to stick to the cutter. Also dust the bowl and the bottle cap with all-purpose flour. Then using the bowl, make a big cut. Then using the bottle cap, make a cut exactly in the center and repeat the process. You can use a smaller bottle cap than this. Next, I am using the big cookie cutter to cut. Complete the process. And then the smaller one. Please try this recipe at home and share your experiences in the comment section below. Arrange these cuties, the cut donuts, onto a plate lined with a baking sheet or a plate greased with oil. Do not throw the small circled dough, as we will fry them too. You know, they'll make a great one-bite dessert. Trust me. Do not throw any excess dough. Instead, join them and knead again. And this way you'll get 9 to 12 donuts depending upon the size of your cutter. Now cover the donuts with a wet cloth and rest it in a warm place for another 30 minutes. In the meanwhile, let's make the glaze for our donuts. In a small mixing bowl, let's take 3 tablespoons of melted butter, then 2 tablespoons of warm milk, 1/4 teaspoon of table salt, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla essence, 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, and mix this until it's well combined. The smell of vanilla essence literally is calming my mind. What a beautiful smell. As my glaze is a little thick, I'm going to add another tablespoon of warm milk and I'm going to mix this again. You can also divide a portion of this sugar glaze and add 2 drops or a pinch of pink food color and you will get much attention seeking glaze, you know. This is the exact consistency I want. Now I'll show you how to make chocolate ganache. Take 1/2 cup of semi-sweet or dark choco chips in a small mixing bowl and 1/4 cup of warm fresh cream. Mix this well. You can also use 1/2 cup of grated dairy milk chocolate instead of choco chips. Get some shine in my chocolate ganache. I am adding 2 teaspoons of melted butter. You can skip it if you are using dairy milk chocolate. Mix until the choco chips melt. Do not melt the chocolate on a direct heat unless you want to have a burnt chocolate. Use a double boiler instead. All you need to do is boil water in a small pan or vessel. Keep the ganache bowl over this vessel and whisk or beat until the mixture melts. To fry the donuts, let's heat oil in a small deep pan. Try this recipe and share your experiences in the comment section below. Taking a look at the donuts, you can see again the donuts have risen. It has soft and smooth edges. Use a turner spatula to lift the donut from the plate as we want the donuts to be intact when they come out from the hot oil. Dip the donut in the oil and fry on a medium to low flame until it is light golden in color, and then turn to the other side and fry again until it's light golden in color. See how fluffy it is? Fry 1 or 2 donuts at a time. Do not fry more than that. Now it's done. Remove it from the oil, drain the excess and transfer to a plate lined with tissue paper. Make sure that the donuts are golden in color. If the donuts are overproofed or cooked on a low flame, then it will suck more oil. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button. You can use your creativity when it comes to glazing the donuts. I'm going to show you how to glaze few donuts now. For the classic version, drop a donut hot straight from the oil into the sugar glaze. Coat the sugar glaze all around the donut so that it soaks up the glaze. And then shake off the excess and arrange it on a cooling rack. Repeat the process. You know, donuts are my weakness. Take the small balls, roll it on fine sugar and keep it aside. As I don't have fine sugar, I'm using powdered sugar to coat. Repeat the process and arrange it on the cooling rack again. Next, I'll show you how to dip the donut in the chocolate ganache. Dip a hot donut in the ganache for just 30 seconds. It should coat only half of the donut. See? Now, wow, look at the sheen on top. My son and I love chocolate donuts a lot than anything else. Place it on the cooling rack and sprinkle some rainbow colored sugar balls on the top, or you can even use some grated dairy milk chocolate on the top. If not, you can have it plain as well. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to get a notification whenever I upload a new delicious video like this. Let's see how the donut had turned out. You can see the cracks on the top of the donut as I'm splitting it. You'll also find the holes in the center which make the donut spongy and soft inside. I'm gonna enjoy this. Quickly rush into the kitchen to make your donuts if you don't wanna miss out. Thank you so much for watching, and it's Jeba signing off. I'll catch you with another delicious recipe next week. Bye-bye.